Signals at an intersection in Dundee are turned off with stop signs now in place. Some people in the area are not happy about it.
Omaha Public Works is moving to their next phase of traffic signal evaluation, so this is why it's happening. It's a study to decide whether lights at 10 intersections can be moved. Dundee residents and business workers spoke to our Johan Marin about those concerns.
I'm at 50th and Underwood, where currently it's a four-way stop during an evaluation by the city. I spoke to Dundee residents and business workers here who say this change is concerning to their safety. The blacked out traffic lights at 50th and Underwood is worrying some like Ashley Rogers.
I just feel like anywhere in Omaha, people just blow the stop sign very quickly.
This intersection is temporarily a four-way stop. The city will later decide if changes should be permanent. Video here shows a small dust-up between a pedestrian and a driver. A nearby coffee shop owner says she isn't surprised.
This is a very heavily trafficked area with the strollers and the walking and the dogs.
This intersection is one of 10 that the city is evaluating over the next 2 months. It's a part of their master plan to upgrade signal systems and improve overall safety. In a statement from Omaha Public Works, they say, quote, "The field studies have documented satisfactory conditions which resulted in the removal of the traffic signal infrastructure. Federal Highway Administration data shows removing the unwarranted signals can reduce crashes, eliminate red light violations, and reduce excessive wait times at intersections." End quote. For Lang, she's open to the change.
A lot of thought went into what can we do to slow this superhighway down on 50th, and the stop sign was one possible solution.
The city says they will keep an eye on traffic, collect data, and review community feedback. Changes will only be made to intersections with satisfactory conditions. Still, the change scares Rogers, and she hopes the lights come back.
I've almost gotten hit. We've had a staff member actually get hit by a car here. So I just feel like without the light, people are just going to blow through it.
On your side in Dundee, I'm Johan Marin, 6 News.
Omaha Public Works tells us they have removed 36 traffic signals since 2007, and they were all 17, that is. They were all evaluated in much the same way.